Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel, the ultimate hub for no keyboard enthusiasts and pianists alike. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button for your weekly dose of all things piano. Today we're diving into the world of sound with a showdown of the best headphones for your Node piano, all within a sweet spot of £100 to £200. So sit back, relax and let's find your perfect pair. Are you a pianist, a no keyboard owner, or someone that wants to know which headphones are the right ones to use while you're practicing your piano? Then this video is for you. We've got 4 contenders entering the ring today: the Sennheiser HD599, the Beyerdynamic DT990 Pro, the AKG K371, and the Grado SR60. Each of these have been handpicked for their unique capabilities relevant to piano playing, ensuring you get the clarity and depth you deserve. By the end of this video, you'll get a clear understanding of each of these headphones' capabilities to enable you to make an educated decision as to which one would be the best fit for you. Though the video aims to be comprehensive, I will only focus on durability, comfort and sound for each of the contenders. First up, the Sennheiser HD599. These open-back over-ear beauties are known for their detailed sound stage. It retails for around 150 or between £150 and £200 and is the top model of the HD500 range. These are intended to be driven directly from phones and other portable devices. They are lightweight and comfortable. The headband is soft and comfortable, and so are the velo pads. The pads do feel a bit prickly and firm at first, but over time they will soften up and feel more comfortable. There is enough room for most ears. Height adjustments and tilt of the cups is large enough to suit most head sizes well. The clamping force is medium, so it won't move around on the head easily. Its very low weight contributes to this as well, and ensures one can do longer listening sessions with it. Let's talk about its sound characteristics, which, in my opinion, is one of the most important metrics for a headphone. The overall tonal balance is a warmish type of neutral. This makes the HD599 not super dynamic sounding, but rather mellow, way more mellow than its HD650 brother, which merely has a hint of warmth. It lacks a bit of openness of the sound. The HD599 sounds a bit more leaning to congested than to open. The lack of sub-bass is audible when one knows there should be more rumble in the sound. It is more obvious in the HD599 than in the HD650. The bass bleeds into the mids, which is most obvious with male voice which turn a bit blooming. The mids have a pleasant and slightly warm character and sound good. Treble is soft and sounds pleasant. It is never harsh nor sibilant, but it is not as fine as that of the HD650. The HD599 is a bit less in showing the finest nuances compared to the HD650. Overall, a pleasant and warm sound signature that does not do much wrong, but isn't exceptional in any aspect either. Seal can be an issue with closed-back headphones. Breaking the seal, which I mean improper fit on the head, or usually results in a substantial loss of the bass. For open headphones, this is usually much less of an issue. The HD599 is no different than most other open headphones in this aspect. Perfect seal and seal loss by thick-armed glasses doesn't affect it. There could be metrics such as distortion, damping factor. However, I'll skip to the summary for these headphones. Those looking for a different looking open dynamic headphone that can be driven directly from a portable device and like to have a good sound quality as well could very likely like this headphone. The HD599 is quite good sounding and comfortable headphone, which feels quite light. There is a bit too much warmth for high fidelity amateurs, I would say, or even for music enthusiasts, while at the same time it does not excel in anything either. Just a good overall headphone. Certainly for the money, but not an exceptional headphone either. Build quality is good, minding I've been using these headphones for 4 years on a daily basis for about 4-hour average per day. I'll show you how the headband looks like. Next headphone is the Beyerdynamic DT990 Pro Open Dynamic Studio headphones. The Beyerdynamic series DT70, DT880 and DT990 exist in many different versions that have been released through many years. I've tested the DT990 Pro, which is an open ear, while the DT70 Pro are closed. I've acquired and tested the 250 ohms version of the DT990 Pro. It is a rugged headphone intended to be used from amplifiers with a higher output voltage. These headphones are very comfortable and have a decent clamping force, which is higher than the edition version. The cups swivel in all directions and the sliding mechanisms works problem-free and has proven itself in this classical design. It can be taken apart pretty easily and components can be replaced easily, and support for obtaining spare parts is excellent. These headphones are pretty lightweight, quite comfortable with soft padded headbands which are easily replaced, as well as the velour pads. The cable for the Pro version is partly curled and sturdy, not ideal when using it on the go, but is not intended for this anyway. The coiled cable is better suited for studio work. Let's see sound-wise. The DT990 has a U-shaped character with a boomy and not well extended bass. Bass isn't really tight, the mids being relatively sucked out, which gives it a musical and forgiving nature on popular music and other not so well recorded studio material. Recordings that sound mid-rangey on flatter headphones and lack bass and treble will sound quite full on these headphones. On the other hand, music that is recorded pretty well sounds overly bassy, overly fat, and sharp, shrill, piercing though. Jazz, classical as well as vocal or high fidelity lovers may find these headphones too euphonic, as it lacks realism, but it is pleasant on most pop music. The DT990 also lacks sub-bass, but it is more or less masked by the overblown bass lower mids. Depending on the music genre and taste, these headphones may be a good choice as they are relatively cheap and forgiving and have a fun sonic signature. The treble is elevated, but not poor quality, not so grainy. With popular music, the elevated bass and treble could well be a blessing if one doesn't mind the fierce tremble. It works fine with classical music where the elevated trebles gives the impression of a high detail sound. With well-balanced recordings, I found that the bass and treble are a fair bit too much for me. I found that I had to apply a medium or bass filter, i.e. I had to cut the high-end frequency. For any recording that I've ever made, and I'm a person that likes a good clean treble, I still had to cut the trebles. With tuning of your EQ, you could get some good balance eventually. However, I couldn't use this for mixing, as there was no way I could use them as a reference. Stay with me until the end to see which headphones I've chosen for my daily piano playing and why. Changing gear now to the K371, AKG Pro Audio K371. The K371 over-ear closed back, they are foldable studio headphones, and it comes with a 50mm dynamic titanium coated driver. It is available in black with very dark grey accents. The retail price is between £130 and £150. The headband can easily adjust over a wide enough 32mm range and is padded with a soft rubbery filling part resting on the head. Left and right markings are located on the inside of the headband. The straight 1.2 meters and 3 meters cables aren't thin, but also not audiophile thick. The 3 meters coil cable is a bit more heavy in weight. The cables are mildly microphonic. The cables have a 3-pin mini XLR on the headphone side and a golded plate 3.5mm TRS with a gold-plated screw-on 6.3mm adapters. The 3 different cables that came with it ensures these headphones can be used in portable conditions and home and studio application. This saves you from having to buy more or different cables. Given the high efficacy, it's 114 decibel per volt, a high output power is not needed and is easily driven well even from a phone. The pads are large enough in inner height of 60mm and 40mm width and have a decent depth 90mm ones on the head, so most ears will fit. The pads are pleather, which is a fake leather, with very soft memory foam inside. This creates a good seal, which is essential for good sound bass extension. The clamping force is very good between low and medium and quite comfortable even for longer periods. The K371 stays put and doesn't move around when moving your head around. When you receive the headphones, the bottom side of the pads are squished, however they will recover their shape very soon. It may take a bit of positioning and not moving around too much to get a good seal. This headphone is quite comfortable and can be worn for long periods without getting too hot on the ears. The headphone is light in weight. Back to our number one metric, sound-wise. The AKG K371 has a neutral tonal balance. This means all instruments sound natural, or at least are at the right level. This does not mean all people will perceive it this way. Those that want to use this headphone as a monitor or even to check their mix on a headphone can use this headphone and get great results. Bass is on the correct level. Not so for the ones that love bass and they are bass heads. And sounds quite good providing you have a good seal. Mids sound open and forward. There is no copy sound and the bass and mids are integrated nicely. There is a good clarity and treble is not over the top and there is enough air and detail. Treble is slightly on the coarser side, but certainly not grainy. No sibilance, no shouty sound, and treble is at the correct level, just not super refined. Those looking for closed headphones with a neutral sound should definitely audition the K371. Seal-wise, a small seal bridge isn't really problematic at all. The tonal balance is hardly changed when listening to those headphones with or without glasses. Only when there is more substantial seal bridge, one will notice lower bass notes are subdued. It is thus important to get a good seal with these headphones. The very soft and supple pads will ensure a good seal in most circumstances. One should not be moving around too much as they can intermittently break the seal. The only downside I see for these headphones is potential quality issues. My first pair of K371 sounds out of this world. For the second pair, I had to change positions of the headband more to the back to get the desired amount of trebles in the mix. Therefore, I returned the second pair of the same model. Let's do a summary of the AKG K371. The K371 is very neutral, very realistic and dynamic sounding headphone. In its price class, this may well be the best sounding closed headphone. This headphone is excellent for monitoring and even checking a final mix in a studio. The cups that can swivel backward can be handy in a studio. However, they are very well suited for portable usage as well. For lower budget, high fidelity music enjoyment, this headphone sounds quite good. This is not a bass head headphone for those that are wondering. Comfort is quite good. It is fairly lightweight and clamping force is low. The pads are replaceable, which may well be needed after a while as the pads are pleather. The 3 supplied cable, it's a nice touch and makes these headphones quite universal. However, the cables are microphonic, so when the cables rub against clothes, you can hear this contact sound in your left ear. For £140, this headphone is still a good value in 2024 and it's a good reference headphone. Certainly considering this is a closed headphone without any hint of typical closed headphone coloration in the sound. The AKG Pro Audio K371 strikes a balance between studio quality sound and comfort. With their closed back design, you are in for an immersive experience. It comes highly recommended for sure. Lastly, the Grado SR60. The Grado SR60. These are the wild cards of the group. The unique design delivers a sound that's as distinct as your playing style. The SR60 build quality is good enough to have lasted me over 50 years. Except for the U-pads, which I was able to acquire aftermarket at £4 and only changed that once in 15 years. If I were to describe them in two words, this would be bass light and bright. Clamping force is low, thus I found them very comfortable to wear. Bass is roll-off and sub-bass is completely lacking. Bass itself doesn't appear to be really lacking, but it sounds thin and without body. These headphones do sound very forward open and appear to sound highly detailed and have very good clarity. The Grado headphones are an acquired taste. You either love the light bass, forward mids and accentuated treble, or you don't. These headphones are quite sensitive and work well directly out of a phone. Driving these from high output resistance sources increases bass a little. You've been watching this video as you are looking to decide on which are the best headphones you should buy for your Nord or your digital piano. And that's exactly what I'm going to use as the metric for success in my rating for all the tested headphones. Before sharing the winner, allow me to gently remind you that you can use the links in this video description to purchase your copy, and there will be a very tiny royalty that will go towards supporting the channel at no additional costs for you. Therefore, if you found this video informative, please also click the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up so more videos like this can be created. Back to what we're here for. When it comes to deciding which headphones I would choose for my daily piano playing, accuracy of the sound reproduction was my most important metric, and in particularly for piano. That frequency response, which is different at different sound pressure levels, needs to be as flat as possible. In other words, the sound reproduction is as close as possible to what the source generates. That saves times for me in post-processing, as I don't have the cycles nor the time to EQ the audio of my recordings. Also, for piano, in general, I found having a great mid-frequency reproduction is essential in enjoying the string resonance and the real acoustic piano sampling. The moment of truth. Are you ready? The winner is, roll drum, the K371. I was so impressed with how they sound that I couldn't stop playing for the first couple of days, and I found myself getting back to my piano much more often than before. First place is the K371 from AKG, providing you get a good sample, of course. For the second place, I choose the Grado SR60 for their clarity and comfort. In third place, this was a very close call. However, I chose the HD599 from Sennheiser. Fourth place, it is the DT990 Pro from Beyerdynamic. There you have it, folks. 4 fantastic headphones that promise to elevate your Nord experience without breaking the bank. Remember, the best headphones is the one that resonates with you. So which one caught your ear? Let us know in the comments below if you have one or you managed to test those. I'm Stan and this was fun. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe for more Nord insights. Until next time, keep those keys singing and your melodies swinging.